Hey, have you ever been in the in-between? Oh, I'm going to shake this all over, aren't I? Well, that's where I feel like I am right now. I'm in the in-between. And last night I was talking to a new friend that I made, and we've both been through divorces. She just went through a divorce a few years ago. Mine is much older than that, and we're trying to decide what's next? What do we do next? We don't have a career where we live. Our roots, our family are not from the area that we live in. Our children have all moved out and are in college, or she has one that just got married. So have you ever felt like that? Maybe in our 20s. Remember being in the 20s? Gosh, what do I want to be when I grow up? And I feel like I am there again. I'm in the in-between. And, we were just talking about that. What do you do? Do you sell your house? I certainly don't need all of this anymore. Do we stay here? Do we go back to where we were originally from? Do we just go off on a new adventure? Because I like to do that sometimes. So in the in-between. And then I kept thinking about that. It's actually been on my mind quite a bit lately with different things. And I have this. We used to move all the time, and this I bought right before, actually I think one of my girlfriends gave it to me, right before we moved from Michigan to Ohio, and it says, "Do not fear tomorrow, for God is already there." And I know there's a verse in Luke, of course I always forget what I'm talking in here, I think it might be Luke 3 somewhere, and this is really what it's telling you. It's like, don't worry about tomorrow. Don't fear tomorrow, because God is already there. And that's what we tend to do when we're in the in-between, right? Something happens and maybe we're worried, maybe we're concerned, maybe we just don't know where to go next, what to do next. And we're just in the in-between. So what do we base our decisions on? And sometimes you feel like you're just sitting there. Okay, God. So what do we do while we are in the in-between? All the scriptures that say, it seemed like today I just kept coming up with things that said trust and rest. And, we know he promises us that, when we are his children and when we are living in him and with him and letting him lead us, the victory is already ours. We know Christ and we are following that path. We know that the victory is already ours, that we can already claim the triumph. And when we're in the in-between, sometimes it's so hard to do that because we're kind of stuck in everything. It's like, I know it. I know what I'm going to win. I know it. We're going to win. And it's almost like we have to convince ourselves, even though we already know. But when you're stuck in the middle of everything, it's hard to see that. It's hard to see the outcome. It's hard to claim truly down deep inside of us, really claim that victory that is ours. And I can't remember who it was. It might have been Stephen Furtick that I heard talking. And he said, that God goes before us. God's already there. We know God's already there. He goes before us. He already knows what's going to happen. He already has promised that the victory is ours, and he's there. He's been there. He knows. And and I think it was Stephen Furtick. I'm not positive. And he said, sometimes God, he knows that we can't do it on our own, and sometimes that's why he has us do it. So we have to trust in him and have faith in him, because we cannot do it on our own. And when Mary Magdalene got to the tomb, to the grave where Christ was supposed to be, the stone was already rolled away. And it was just this huge example that was like, wow, for me. God knew. Mary Magdalene could not have rolled away that stone to check on him. It was too big. It was too much for her to handle on her own. And God went before and prepared the way so that she could walk in and realize that Christ had already rolled the stone away and walked out of there, and he was no longer in the tomb. And she could not have done that on her own. So he went before and he prepared that way for her. I hope I made that make sense. And it was such a cool, awesome thing for me, and realization for me, and a visual for me to think about. Wow, all the times that he has definitely gone on ahead of me and prepared the way for me, because I could not possibly humanly, physically, emotionally, whatever way, I couldn't do it on my own. And he has gone before and prepared the way for me. And I don't usually do this, but I'm going to do this a little bit. I know I'm always so fidgety, aren't I? We're going to get into, that was kind of scary. And this was, who is it? I wrote his name down. Gregory Dickow is, I think, how you say his name. And he went through, I don't know what his sermon was. I caught just a little bit of it. And he was talking about Psalm 13. And it really was about in the in-between, what do you do? And it starts out, verse 1 in Psalm 13 says, how long, O Lord? I can just say this. How long, O Lord? Oh, dear God, how long? Come on now, right? How long, O Lord? Have you forgotten me? Are you going to forget me forever? How long will you be silent? How long will you hide your face from me? So it starts out, when something happens, and how long is it going to be? So here we are, something happens to us, and all of a sudden, poof, we're in this in between, one event and another event, or the next chapter in our life. How long? How long, oh God? Where are you? Why can't I hear you? Why don't I see your face? Have you forgotten about me? Hello? How long? So that's verse 1. And, I'm wrestling with my thoughts, and every day I have sorrow in my heart. The psalmist is saying here, how long will my enemy triumph over me? So when am I going to have the triumph that I know is mine? How long am I going to stay in this place? And then I love this next verse 3, because I can so hear myself saying this, but it says, look on me and answer, O Lord, my God. And I just think about conversations that I've had, especially like with my daughters. Look at me. Look at me. Look me in the eyes. You look at me right now. Answer me. And I'm pretty sure I have prayed to God that way a time or two and been like, would you look at me? Will you answer me? Will you answer me now? Answer me right now. I can't wait. I am stressed. I am worried. I don't know what to do. Look at me and answer me. So I kind of like that verse a lot, because I feel like it lets me accept my humanness, and that it's not the first time or the first person he's heard say, God, will you answer me? So verse 3, look on me and answer me, O Lord God. And then it gets down to, the very end of it in verse 6, it says, once the victory is ours, once we have triumphed, I will sing to the Lord. That's what we do when we know we're victorious and when we get to the victory that we know is ours. And what does he do in the in-between? I will trust in your unfailing love, my God. My heart rejoices in my salvation. And then I will sing with the victory. And I just think, of course, here comes the cat. How long until I know what I'm supposed to do? How long until the next move comes? How long until the next chapter starts? And listen to me and answer me and tell me something. Can I have a hint? Can I have a clue? Give me something. And God tells us to trust. And today I just kept coming across all these verses that kept saying to trust in him. And I found two different places in Psalms. One was in Psalm 57, and it says, this one says, I will take refuge in the shadow of your wings. And again, I think it was over in Psalm 91. It says, I will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. So I kept coming across all these scriptures today that just kept telling, in the in-between, Amy, what are you supposed to do while you're waiting for my answer, while you're waiting for the next chapter, while you're waiting for the victory and the triumph? I need you to take refuge. I need you to rest. I need you to trust. So I feel like it says a lot of that, that be still. Amy, shush it. Shush it all. Shush your brain and trust me. Be quiet and listen. I will answer you. I am here. In the in-between, you need to trust and you need to rest and take refuge in knowing that the victory is ours and that God has the victory and that God has prepared the way and he's already gone on before us. So, and then this is Psalm 23. I've been all over Psalm and Isaiah lately, it seems like. And this is the one, most of us know this one. It says, oh, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. And it says, the Lord's my shepherd. He leads me. He restores me. He guides me. And he prepares a table for me. So he has gone on. And if I let him lead me, guide me, and prepare the way, he has a table prepared for me, and I will have victory over my enemies. I will have victory over the in-between if I will trust him, if I will rest in him, and if I will take my refuge in him in the in-between. It's a tough place to be if we remind ourselves that we will be singing victory songs and he will answer us. And actually that we are be allowed to be a little bit frustrated and human. He already knows. So we can say, please answer me. Well, he's going to. He's already been there. He already knows. So while you are in the in-between, keep working, keep striving. Also trust, take time to rest and find refuge in his safety, in his arms, and just keep trusting until you get to the other side and then sing in the victory. Hope you guys have a great day, great evening, whatever it is when you watch this. And I will see you again soon for more Amy's Amenables. So amen, sister. We'll see you later. Bye.